What's up, everybody? So today I want to change gears a bit and I want to talk to you guys about something other than diet and training. I love sharing my knowledge that I've learned over 26 years about dieting and training with you all, but there's something that I've learned that's so much more important in my opinion, and it's important when it comes to weight loss, fitness, bodybuilding, or any aspect of your life, and it's up here. It's your frame of mind. You see, going through the motions and putting in the work and even working hard isn't enough if you guys don't have the right mindset. And I know you've heard this time and time again on Instagram and in motivational videos, but what happens is people fall short, right? So you guys think, yeah, positive thinking, I'll think positive, I'll be a millionaire, I'll be in shape. And what you guys are missing is the key component. Positive thinking is worthless. Thoughts don't become things, and they're not powerful. Now, I know you're thinking, what's Arash saying? He's smoking crack. That's everything opposite of what we heard. You see, thoughts, if they're not backed by emotion, if they're not backed by feeling, I'm talking about feeling an emotion that makes you smile uncontrollably and gives you goosebumps. If they're not backed by those type of feelings and emotions, they hold no weight. You have 60, 70, 80,000 thoughts a day. They're not powerful if they're not backed by emotion. And most of those thoughts you've had yesterday, 90% of those thoughts are repetitive. So positive thinking is the same thing. It's surface. So you can jump up and down and cheerlead and say, I'm going to be great, I'm going to get in great shape and blah, 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 blah. But if you don't feel it, if you don't feel the feeling of success, the feeling of love, feel the feeling of being in shape, you're not going to be able to attract that to your life. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to have faith in it. And you're just going to be surface cheerleading. So positive thinking, if it's not backed by true belief and emotion, is not powerful. You see, we all are products of our childhood. When we grew up, what we went through, our aunts, uncles, moms, dads, friends, teachers, and we have certain habitual patterning and certain beliefs that we held on to from back then. And believe it or not, a lot of you guys have beliefs, deep down inner beliefs that are not in line with your desires today. You might tell yourself, yeah, I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm 30 some odd years old, I'm attractive, I'm in good shape, I have a degree, I have this, I have that. It makes sense on paper, and you tell that to yourself on the surface consciously, but if your deep down belief from when you were a kid is that you're worthless and you're a loser and you're ugly and you're fat for whatever reason, your parents abused you and told you that, you were bullied, whatever the reason is, it really doesn't matter. The fact is, if that's your underlying belief about yourself, it doesn't matter how many self-help books you read, how many motivational videos you watch on Instagram and YouTube. It really makes no difference. That's what you're gonna be, that's who you're gonna be, that's what you're gonna attract to yourself, and that's your life. You see, your tomorrow is today. There really is no future if you don't change your behaviors. We have certain habits and certain patterning, and we got here. Everything that I've acquired, everything that I've accomplished, all the hardships I've had, and all the great things that I've had in my life, good and bad, are products of me, my life, what I attracted, what I put out in the world, how I treated people, my patterning, and what I've gotten. So to go forward and have vast changes, we're not talking about small changes. Small changes can happen externally or they're on their own. We're talking about big changes in your life, leaps and bounds, which pretty much everyone that's listening wants that. Nobody doesn't want more health, more wealth, more success, more happiness. And I'll touch on success in a second, by the way. But you're not going to have big shifts and big changes if you don't change big things in your life today. So your patterning and your habits and your beliefs today and yesterday are going to create your tomorrow, right? So your tomorrow is going to be like your yesterday if you don't change something. So everybody wants to make more money. They want to be in better shape. They want to have better lives, but they're not changing anything. Their core beliefs, their habits, and their patterning are the same, and they're not changing anything. They're not changing their vibrational frequency. They're not changing the rate in which they work, their efficiency. See, if you work X amount of hours, let's say you work 50 hours a week and you make $100,000 a year. Okay. Well, if you want to make $200,000 or $300,000 a year, something needs to change, right? Either you work more hours, if that's the way your job works. Most jobs, no, that's not the way it works. But either you work more hours, or you work smarter, or you work more efficient, or you just become better at what you're doing. But you're not going to just make more money just because you wanted to make more money, or show up a little bit earlier or leave a little bit later. Something needs to change. Something needs to shift, right? So we can change our programming. The human brain, I mean, the computer is built off the human brain. The human brain is very similar to a computer. My computer is, I have an Apple desktop. It's an amazing computer. You can do a lot of crazy things on it. I only use it for email and YouTube. So it's pretty simple, and it's pretty dumbed down compared to somebody else's computer that's using it for a vast variety of things and really tapping into its potential. So you have to change your programming. You have to tap into other aspects of your brain and get used to doing it. You can't just say, I want to wake up earlier every day. You have to wake up earlier every single day. Set your alarm and force yourself. After 20, 30, 40 days, it becomes a habit. You keep doing that habit for a while, and it changes your programming, and it just becomes a part of your day, a part of your routine, and it becomes seamless. It's not as hard. It's not going to be as taxing. What all this comes down to is your main focus, right? From the second we wake up, everybody has a main focus in their life. Some people it's to be good looking, some people it's to make money, some people it's to have a family. Whatever it is that you're constantly focused on and constantly thinking about and feeling and emotional and passionate about is what you're gonna attract. So if you guys want to really be a better version of you, you should be drowning yourself in videos and books that you can learn from people teaching you techniques, self-help for lack of a better word, and reprogramming yourself and changing your lives. Waking up every day and saying, I want to be better and better every day in every way. You know, like, I have many goals in life. Some of them are materialistic, some of them are my health, some of them are family oriented, but I want a lot of things, but my main goal is to become wiser and wiser and learn more and more and just become a better version of me every day. I want to be better every day in every way. I want to be better physically, mentally, emotionally. I want to be more in touch with myself. I want to continue to grow. So when you have this desire, and this is your blueprint, so to speak, you're going to always be looking for new things to learn, interesting people to talk to. You're going to be attracting these things to your life. You know, and what you guys have to understand is that we're not taught this. We're taught the exact opposite all our lives. We're not taught anything about money. What does school teach you about money? Nothing. School never teaches you anything about money. We're never taught these things of bettering ourselves. We're just taught like this, you know, educational structure to go to school, go to college. Is a whole nother video, a whole nother discussion. A lot of people are against it, a lot of people are for it. That's not the point of the video. My point is that you guys have to be really working to change from where you are now, from where most people in society are and what most people are doing. Most people are working jobs they don't like to buy shit that they don't need. And we spend so much time, like I'll tell someone to, you know, do X amount of cardio or exercise or start reading books to make more money. I don't have time. Everybody has the time. We spend so much time on social media, on YouTube, on TV. We spend so much money and time shopping, buying bigger TVs, nicer clothes, things that don't make any difference in us. And then when someone that loves you, someone that cares about you, or someone that you like or respect on social media, hopefully me, tells you, hey, you know, I tried this and I really got a lot of great effects from it and a lot of benefits. I recommend you try it. And you know, I don't know if that's for me. It sounds like mumbo. What do you have to lose? I have nothing to gain from this video. I'm not selling a product. I'm not, if I ever recommend a video or someone to follow, like I love Joe Dispenza, Bob Proctor, they don't know me. I'm not getting a commission. It's just, I want to teach you guys something that I've learned. I don't feel right being on social media and just telling you guys, hey, you know, I eat this food and I work out this way and that's how I am who I am. There's so much more to it. You know, I share my protein powders and my vitamins and my supplements, and they're all true, they're all real, it's stuff that I use. and I share how I train and how I did cardio, and you guys can Google me and see. I started in 2014, I bodybuilded 26 years, a lot of interviews. It's all real, it's all true, but there's another big aspect of who I am and how I got here, and it's up here, it's mental. And I wanna challenge you guys. I want to make you guys question what you're doing in your lives. You know, like, I'm not a big religious guy, and it's just using the word God just for the sake of this analogy, this example. If God or whatever the higher power of the universe broke through your wall right now and stuck his finger in your face and said, what do you want? Most of you would stall. Most people don't even know what they want. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, yeah, I want to be successful. I want to be healthy. I want to make money. You got to be specific. What do you want exactly? You want money? How much do you want to the actual dollar amount? What do you want to accomplish? What are your exact goals? You know, we're waking up in the morning, we're getting our food, we're running out, we're working, and we're going through this rat race, so to speak, right? For what? If you don't have an actual end goal or actual desire, you're just going to be running in circles. You know, my uncle always used to say, and I love this analogy, you could have the best cruise ship, and he would say this in his Persian accent, you could have the best cruise ship in the world with the best GPS and the best captain, but if you don't plug in a destination into that GPS, if you don't tell that captain where to take this monstrosity of a cruise ship, you're just going to go around in circles in the ocean, and you're going to get nowhere, and you're going to run out of fuel, and you'll probably fucking sink and drown and die of hunger. So think about why you're doing what you're doing today and yesterday and planning for tomorrow. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really, really want? Do I want Ferraris and gold chains and watches? If you do, fine, but like, don't just want that because that's what's supposed to be. Most people that are lucky enough to date the supermodels and drive the Ferraris and have the Rolexes realize real quick that, you know what, this is cool, this is fun. I might still continue this, but this isn't happiness. I'm still the person I was yesterday. You know, if I gave you guys a Ferrari, would you forget about your problems? And if you're depressed, would you be happy? Maybe for a few hours, maybe a few days, maybe even a week. But it's not going to change who you are. It's not going to change your core beliefs about yourself and your desires. I'm going to leave you with one last thing, and I'm going to go. Most of us think, now listen closely, most of us think that we will feel loved once we have someone, a husband, a wife, to love us. Most of us will feel wealthy once we have $1 million. Most of us will feel like a champion once we have that gold medal around our necks. Now, yeah, that sounds pretty, makes sense, but it doesn't work that way. If you don't feel worthy of love, if you can't feel love, you're not going to attract it. If you can't envision yourself successful and wealthy and rich, it's not going to happen. I don't care how hard you work. If you don't see yourself and feel yourself with that gold medal and get goosebumps as if someone really handed it to you, it will not happen. Don't take my word for it. Go and read or look on YouTube. All successful people, this is something, regardless if they know it consciously or not, they have in common. They fucking believed they would be successful. They knew that shit before they really became successful. It's not about if. It's not about if I become wealthy, if I win the show, if I find the love. It's about when, in what color, in what shape. You have to know you're going to get what you want. Don't question that shit. You guys question it, you're going the wrong way. Feel the feeling of the desire you want. You want a 10,000 square foot mansion on the water in Miami with a red Ferrari, a blue Lamborghini, a blonde wife, 2 dogs, a boy and a girl. You see I'm getting into details specific because you have to get into the emotional place. You need specifics. You want that? Okay, close your eyes and dream. 5, 10, 15, 20 times a day. A few seconds here and there, but you have so many seconds throughout the day where you do nothing. When you're driving, daydream. You see, that's what children do. They don't think logically and realistically. Stop thinking realistically. Who ever did anything great in the history of the world thinking realistically? Everybody that did anything extraordinary is always looked at as crazy at some point in time. The people point fingers like, what the hell is he doing? And then they praise them once they're successful and once they get to where they want to go. You guys need to do what a child does. A child doesn't think logically. They get into a feeling place. the vibrational frequency of their desire with no care in the world. You guys are adults now and you're way too realistic and you're, oh, I can't do this. She won't date me. She's out of my league. No. You can't afford a Lamborghini. Just stick with the Honda. No, don't be so realistic. Go for it. Take risks. Take chance. Dream. A kid says, oh, I want a house made of graham crackers and marshmallows so when I'm hungry I can just eat the walls and the ceiling. And they feel it and they just start vibrating and they get goosebumps and they get into the emotional frequency of having a house made of cookies. An adult says, all right, you little shit. I mean, it's not really smart. You know, if the sun comes out, the marshmallow's gonna melt. If it rains, the graham crackers gonna crumble. But that's logic. That's logic. And I'm using a crazy example. Obviously, you can't have that. I mean, you could have it. It just won't last very long. But a kid gets into the vibrational frequency. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Decide what you want. Most of you don't know what you want. Decide what you want as the first step, and then start envisioning. Write out a map. Write out a map to your best ability. Your steps to get to where you might want to be might suck. But don't worry, write them out, take the first step, it'll work itself out. And while you're working hard, not sitting on your couch and trying to attract shit, while you're working hard to get what it is you want, once you figure it out, what it is you want, because I'm telling you, a lot of you don't know, envision and dream. Don't be afraid to dream. It doesn't cost anything, and there's no harm to be done. You have nothing to lose. If you dream and you smile and you vibrate, what harm is done? Worst case scenario, if I don't know what I'm talking about and the most successful people in the world don't know what they're talking about, which I learned from them, and we're all crazy, you're just gonna feel better for the day, right? So you got nothing to lose. Give it a try, guys.